Hi guys, what's up? How are you? So I just wanted to do this video. I wanted to get this out there. It's been a thought process in my head. So I know that whenever I start thinking about things like this, it's probably time to talk about it. So I've noticed this sudden obsession with certain things that we term cultural. I noticed that a lot of times now you find out people fighting over things like traditional marriage is the same thing with white wedding, or they'll tell you white wedding is a white man's traditional marriage, or they'll tell you things like there's nothing wrong with masquerade. They'll just keep telling you that the white men that brought Christianity, or that brought the Christian religion to us, that they've even left it and are now going after other things. They'll even tell you that the gods or ROC, what you call ROC, that the white men told us to throw away, that they now took it back to their country and they're now making money from it through their museums, arts, and the rest. Just there are a lot of things that they keep saying. And the truth of the matter is that while these things exist, I'm also worried about why we think we need to go back to where we're coming from. I'm also worried about why we're obsessed with the past. Culture was made for man. Man was not made for culture. Culture is man-made. That is why it differs from place to place. I remember my primary science when we're taught about culture, they say that culture is people's way of life. One thing about life is that there is always change, and change is always constant. Life is dynamic, it's not static. When you get to a point where you feel like so and so thing is no more good for me, it was good for me before, but right now it's not good for me, there's nothing wrong with it. Actually, there's a problem if from year to year to year to year there's nothing that is improving in your life. So when you keep fighting for the whole, your father's gods, your father's arts, your father's traditions, those things, when your forefathers practiced them, how was it for them? It wasn't like the best experience, right? So why do you think that you need to bring back those things? And with all these things we keep doing, saying the white men did this, did that, they that rejected the God they brought to us, how is it going on their end? We see what is happening. Before you know it, they'll say somebody has shot somebody, they'll say this one has happened. Like, it's not even easy on them too. If they brought something good to you and they now let go of that good thing, doesn't mean that you too that has seen that thing is good to you should let go. If actually we want to stick to the traditions of our fathers, why are you wearing suits or even senator? You should be tying wrapper because that's what our fathers were tying. You should be tying wrapper to wherever you're going to. You should be living in mud houses because that's the traditional houses our forefathers grew in. You shouldn't be driving cars. You should be trekking because our forefathers trekked. You should be farming, like you should either be a farmer, a shepherd, or a hunter because that's what our forefathers did. Like, you have no business with going to school. You shouldn't be going to school because our forefathers did not go to school. So if we were claiming that we want to uphold the values of our forefathers, I hope you know that by the time the missionaries came and people started going to school, the people that were going to school were initially seen as lazy people. There's a book I read, Her Mother's Daughter, her mother's son, something like that. There's a book I read that just gave like a history of those kind of things. Sometimes we blind ourselves. We like to believe truth selectively. There are truths that the ones that we are comfortable with is the one we decide to go for, and the ones we are not comfortable with are the ones that we decide to fight. I'm not telling you to give your life to Christ. If you want to do that, you can do that. If you don't want, it's still on you. You're an adult, do you. But I'm just saying that the fact that you decided not to go this way should not make you condemn this way or who has gone this way. It's at your discretion. Do your thing. It's the whole issue of, is our right, is our tradition, is our this. You want to do those things your forefathers were doing. As you're doing that masquerade though, as you're doing Eto Minor, like all those incantations that you pour out drinks, as you're doing you are claiming that white wedding is rubbish and should be abolished, and is also the same with traditional marriage. As you're doing it, please be going back to the farm. Start trekking, start tying wrapper, start living in thatch houses, don't use toothpaste, use chewing stick, because that is exactly what your forefathers did. Because one thing I noticed that the devil is such a smart person. Whenever he wants to attack anybody, he comes in a subtle way. The devil will never ever ask you if you were asked not to eat the forbidden fruits. No, he would ask you, is it true that you were asked not to eat any fruit in the garden? That is how subtle he is before he introduces his agenda. So in 2024, the devil is still working overtime, so it's left for you to know if you're going to fall to his whims and caprices, which he is bringing back in the guise of culture. So before you go all out clamoring for your culture, be sure that it is really your culture and that you are willing and able to take all that comes with it. It doesn't come in pieces, it comes as a package. So kindly listen to the clip that will be attached to the end of this video, and do all to like, subscribe, and share. Take care. Bye-bye.
Then somebody who has not taken time to study history will say, don't mind them. They brought Christianity. Let's go back to our traditional religion. Oh, let me tell you about your religion. No, I need to tell you. By now, they would have used you for ritual. Oh, you think? You just say, Amadioha, Shango, I there. No. By now, your face is palm oil and all those things. Those days when the king dies, they will bury somebody with the king. Maybe your uncle or somebody. That's your religion. That was what God took you out of. Because you don't know it and you only see it in movies, doesn't mean you should desire it. You are wrong. We need to read history. People sound smart online. You listen, you know they don't know anything. They don't know jack. Everything I'm telling you, go and fact check it. And say, Christianity is white man religion. Shh, a lie. White people too were also worshipping foreign gods. Those who were worshipping Baal, were they black? So what has Christianity done to Nigeria? I will tell you, man. Christianity brought education to Nigeria. CMS grammar school. The church brought education. Many of the schools government is now collecting were started by the church, who abolished the killing of twins in Nigeria. A woman who left her country for the sake of the kingdom came here. How many of you are twins here? You know what will have happened by now. Let's thank God for Christianity. That's done so much. The church must not embrace propaganda. Don't accept it. Don't let people sound smart when they are lying. Don't be quiet when you know the truth. Read, know the stories. Stand, contend for the faith.